Hi there guys, hello and welcome back to another episode with me, the Eastbourne Fisherman. So today I've come fishing on my own. Actually, the last couple of weeks I've been doing some sessions with the kids, which has been absolutely fantastic. But tonight is my night. I'm here on my own. There's no one else around, and I'm really going to enjoy some peace and quiet and just to relax after a long, hard day's work, to be fair. So I'm going hound hunting, hunting for smooth hounds. This is the first episode of me trying to catch a smooth hound. I've come down to Norman's Bay area, which is an area which is just off of Eastbourne. What I'm going to be looking to do is going to be looking to fish two rods, one on crab and one on lug. We'll have a closer look at the baits now, and I'll show you what kind of presentation and rigs I'm thinking of using tonight. Right guys, so baits wise, we have got our crabs that we went picking a couple of days ago, which are there, nice and soft, nice and spongy. A couple of nice bigger ones in there, really soft crab, really soft crab. Really nice big one there. They're all at different stages, so I've got some hardbacks, a couple of 2 or 3 hardbacks, and the rest are all peelers. Like this one here, as you can see, the back of the shell is pretty much ready to go, so we might use him first actually. Pop him down there. But yeah, all ready to go. And then on the other rod, we just got lug. So my plan for tonight is that I'm going to use a Trident hangover rig. On the lug, I'm going to pennel it with got Cox and Rule 2.0 at the bottom and an Octopus 2.0 at the top. And then on the second rod, just with the crab, I'm just going for a single hook, single 2.0 Specimen X from Cox and Rule, and we're going to do that. So let's get baited up. Right, so guys, so the first bait I'm going to be using is a peeler crab, which is here. So all I'm going to do is literally peel off the shell to remove the spongy top part, which is here, and then I'm just going to take my hook and pierce it straight through the top part of the shell there and down through the spongy flesh, which is there, and then I'm going to whip that with elasticated cotton. Usually I grab a couple of the legs and whip that with the elastic cotton there. So I'm just going to do that now. Right, so my final bait, once it's all wrapped up, is there. So we've got the legs wrapped up the line there, the hook at the bottom nice and proud, and then the spongy bit of the peeler crab in the middle. There we go. On my second rig, all I'm going to do is use a nice fresh lugworm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by taking the lugworm, and I'm going to place the tail end on first, up the hook, like so, feeding the worm all the way around the hook, and piercing the hook out the bottom just before the end of the head, which is there. I'm then just going to take my top pennel hook, which is here, down to meet the top of the bait, wrap it round a couple of times and nick that into the top of the bait there, and that is my pennelled bit of lugworm. That's going to be on my second rod there. So they're my 2 baits sorted. Let's get them cast out. I'm really looking forward to this session, and hopefully we'll be able to bag ourselves a hound. Right guys, the most important thing to do when you're fishing for smooth hounds is to set your drag. So make sure your drag's loose, so if the fish runs, it can pull the line nice and freely, and you won't end up losing your expensive rods down the beach, which I've seen happen. So just going to go to both rods, check the spools, and nice and free, not too loose, but nice enough that if the fish does take it and pulls, it's going to pull the line like that. Right guys, so we're just on a waiting game now. The tide is pushing up, moon's just coming out over there. Absolutely gorgeous night to be fishing. Hopefully the fish will play ball and we can grab a nice fish. Crab on the left, lug on the right. Just baited up 2 more snooze with crab on. So, you know, we've got all the right baits. Let's just hope the fish will play ball and we can try and snare a smooth hound. That'd be absolutely awesome. That's the target for tonight. Right, so just had a nice strong positive bite on the right hand side, which is the worm. I'm just going to leave it for a second just to see if it goes again. If we get another nice strong bite. A couple of little taps here and there now. It's always the way when you pick up the camera, things that they get camera shy. Always the way. There you go, nice little rattle on that right side rod. So I'm going to put the camera down and I'm going to reel her in and see if we've got ourselves a nice fish. On this occasion, they just stole the worm. Right, so the light is starting to fade. Moves come out. Will we catch a fish? First bite we had, reeled it in, nothing there. Hook was completely stripped. That was on the lugworm. The crab remains untouched at the minute, nothing on the crab. But you know, we're fishing for one. All we need is one decent fish. We're just fishing up for that one decent fish. Not going for the tiddlers tonight. We're just on the hunt for one smooth hound, and hopefully tonight may be the night. I can feel it, it feels nice. But it's all up to the fish. So if you're out there fish, come and find me. Got some nice baits for you. Right then folks, and not much is happening at the moment. Just checking the rod tips. The rod tips are pretty still, to be fair. The crab, nothing on the crab whatsoever. It's just literally still as anything. On the lug, little taps here and there, which I presume are crabs just sitting there stripping the bait completely. We're going to persist with it. I'm not going to switch down, like I said, to fish small baits. For small fish, we're going to go all out and try and get what we come for. That is the plan. And I'll keep you updated and let you know if anything changes. Right, so we're now in complete darkness. We're about 3 hours into the session, just about to hit the top of the tide, and it's been really slow, to be honest with you. Really slow. I cannot pinpoint my finger on the reasons why it's slow. It just might be one of them nights where it is not going to be good. The water is pretty, there's a little bit of movement in the water, but apart from that it's pretty still. I've gone to whack in a rolling lead on the left hand side rod, and the right side is still on the grip lead. Nothing's happening on the crab at all, not even a sniff at the minute. The lugworm on the right hand side, just little taps here and there, and then when you bring it back in it's completely stripped after like 5-10 minutes. So yeah, I don't know what else I'm thinking of doing, but at this rate I may have to drop down to the scratching rig to save the night. Maybe a secondary plan would be try going for some sole, just on a 2-hook flapper. So I might change one rod down to a 2-hook flapper and try and fish for some sole, and then keep the other rod on the smooth hound crab baits for the minute. But yeah, it's not looking grand at the minute, to be fair. But hey, at the end of the day we're still out fishing and it is good fun. Enjoying the fresh air and all that. So yeah, that's my plan. Well, that is my plan going forward for the next 2 hours. We've got about 2 hours left. We're going to fish until 1 in the morning, and then we'll call it a day. Hopefully that'll give us 2 hours to the ebb, and we would have fished a good part of the incoming tide and then a little bit of the outgoing tide as well. So if we don't get them in that time, we're giving it a good shot. Right, and let's change one rod onto a sole rig then. Right, and so plan A is not working, we're going to hit plan B. Plan B is just to scratch around for some sole as a secondary target on my second rod, just by using some small half lug baits there, and throwing a rolling lead out just to roll around to cover more area. That's the plan. We'll keep the other rod on the crab and just see what happens. Right guys, just had an absolutely cracking bite. Absolutely awesome it was. Folded the rod right over, thought we was going to get the fish, but I reeled in And that is the rig. Don't know what to make of that really. Absolutely scrambled. Absolutely scrambled. Felt nice and heavy, I was reeling it in and then just dropped off all of a sudden. And then, yeah, that's the result. Let's keep at it and see what else happens then. Right, so the tide is ebbing its way back out nicely. And we still are yet to see a fish. Which is pretty gutting to be fair, but you know, that is the way fishing goes sometimes. Like I said before in the previous videos, some nights you can try absolutely everything and you just ain't going to catch. I varied distances, I put them out as far as I can get them, cut them back short, cut them in short, but, you know, it is what it is. We just remain still, the rods are just still. I think I'm going to give it about another half an hour, maybe an hour max. Just got lug baits out now, run out of 10 crab, they're all gone. So we're just on lug baits, tipped with crab legs, 2-hook flapper on one rod, just a pulley rig on the other rod. And we're just going to give it, like I said, a little bit longer just to see if anything else happens. I know a couple of the lads locally have had some smooth hounds a little bit further up to Langley Point. Like I said, I wanted to try somewhere a little bit more further out tonight, just to see if it would produce in this area. Not many have come out though. I think it was about 4 between 15 people fishing in a match. Well, I guess it's just that time of the year at the moment where, you know, fishing's a bit hit and miss. Right guys, so my last bait has just entered the water now. It is a worm, it is on a pennel rig. I've used 10 crabs tonight and 20 worm. Unfortunately I've had nothing at all really, to be fair. I missed one decent bite for the night, which I was faffing around with the camera. I also had a lot of GoPro issues tonight as well, with SD cards not working and so on and so forth. So I'm hoping I can scrape forward some footage and hopefully it will all be alright. But yeah, apart from that, it's been a really slow night, to be fair. Well, it's been just nothing really. Just the rods remain still, a couple of taps on the worms, which, like I said, I presume they're crabs. Other people I know out that are fishing have had the same kind of situation really. A couple of match anglers did get some smooth hounds up at Langley Point. And apart from that, it's just been one of them nights. Will the blank streak ever end? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see on the next video. But yeah, like I said, the last baits are out in the water now. I'm just going to hold tight and see what happens to it. Right guys, so that is the end of the session. The curse of the blank continues. Will I ever be able to break it? Who knows? But we'll find out soon on the next video. Probably deflated me tonight, I won't lie to you. Honestly thought we was going to catch something. Everything looks good, weather looks good, the water looks good, but you know, hey, like I said before, that's fishing, and sometimes you don't catch any fish. That is the short and curlies of it. Sometimes you can come out and you can catch absolutely nothing. Other times you can come out and you can catch loads of fish. But you know, just onwards and upwards, and we'll hopefully crack on with the next session and try and get some fish from that one. So cheers for watching guys. If you've got any suggestions or any advice or comments, leave them below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.